Welcome, everyone, to a very special edition of AEW Dark. Tony Schiavone and Dasha Gonzalez with you. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope it's been very, very good for you so far. We had a great inaugural year of All Elite Wrestling. And, of course, AEW Dynamite on TNT was a sensation. Thank you for being a part of it. A lot of memorable moments.
That's right. It was the year of the first, as you said. It was the inaugural year. So we got to see the first AEW World Women's Champion crown.
We also got to see the world champion Chris Jericho form his inner circle as well.
As well as the AEW World Tag Team Champions. We saw the tournament. We saw all the different tag teams in AEW duke it out. And SCU came out supreme this year.
We're going to, though, take you back very first of all to the first match ever seen on AEW Dynamite. It happened back in early October. Here's what went down.
He reminds me, Excalibur, of the battling Diaz brothers of the MMA. He has a little look like them, but that gleam in the eye that tells you, I really like to engage. I really like to fight.
Very much so. He has a significant chip on his shoulder that Cody will very soon find out. He names, he calls himself the best ever. Now here's Sammy's chance to prove it to this audience watching worldwide.
It's got to be more than something you put on a t-shirt. It's something that's proven every night in the wrestling ring, bell to bell. That's how the best ever determinations are made, in my opinion.
In the crowd here, really letting Sammy Guevara hear it. I don't think they believe him quite yet.
Can you imagine the butterflies that you're the first wrestling match on TNT since 2001, right out of the gate? I mean, that's a special moment. That really is.
It's a hugely special moment. Sammy Guevara, though.
And a great honor, quite frankly, Tony, as well.
Showing off his agility, takes down Cody. Cody goes for the sweep. Sammy goes over the top, pinning predicament, rolls him through, and Cody immediately retreats to the outside.
Regrouping, rethinking it. Well, obviously, Guevara is very motivated in the early going, but he's going to have that speed and quickness advantage, I'm predicting, in this matchup with Cody. Cody, the former state champion wrestler from the state of Georgia, knows how to wrestle. You ground the man. You take that smirk off his face.
From Lassiter High School in Marietta, Georgia, saw many of his amateur matches when he was in high school. Oh, Jim.
And we saw at Fyter Fest when Cody took on Darby Allin. Darby's speed and agility gave Cody fits. And he had to really break him down and try to wrestle him, try to turn it into a dogfight, a grappling contest on the mat. And I think that's going to be a similar game plan here for Cody against Sammy Guevara.
Waist lock. Cody bigger, stronger.
Yeah, but Sammy got a pretty wide vertical base that time to get out of it. That was a great counter move.
Leapfrog over the top goes Guevara. Guevara backflipping over Cody, and the drop kick takes him off his feet.
Great offense by Sammy Guevara, showing amazing agility.
Rolls through into the moonsault press. One. Only a one count from referee Aubrey Edwards.
You know, Aubrey thus far has rated out the highest of all the officials in AEW. She's does great work, no doubt about that.
Yeah, she's absolutely tremendous. You know what I was thinking about? The very first match that was ever on TNT started in 1995. It was on our old show called Nitro. Jushin Thunder Liger against Brian Pillman. I was thinking about that match and taking a look at this and how we're beginning once again, Jim and Excalibur. Starting anew here in 2019. Amazing.
We also had that match, Liger and Pillman in WCW. Back in about 90 or 91.
That's right.
Sammy Guevara returning to a vertical base. Backs Cody off, sends him into the rope. Shoulder tackle, though, from the larger Cody. Guevara, though, effortlessly. And the slap to the face.
Ooh, that's insulting. That's insulting. That flipped the switch, I think, maybe on Cody. No man, no person likes to get slapped in the face.
Cody effortlessly floating up and over the top, and now the power slam. Hook of the leg. Two.
Shades of Buzz Sawyer there, that power slam.
How about that?
Only a one count, actually. Sammy Guevara is a prolific vlogger. He's got his YouTube channel, and the Panda head. And now Cody sinks in. The figure four, trying to ground Guevara.
Always good to hear a few woos here, there, and yon, Tony.
Yes, it is. Jimmy, are you a vlogger?
I don't think I've ever vlogged.
I didn't think so either.
I don't know if that's even, can you say that word on television? I know we're TV 14, but
And Guevara fighting, trying to make it to the bottom rope, but Cody, great ring awareness.
Right back to the middle. As far from the ropes as he can negotiate, and finally, Sammy's he's long. Guevara's about 6'1".
Yes, he is.
Got really good length, both arms and legs. He's able to make it to the ropes from places that other guys would have a lot of trouble getting that rope break.
Cody talked about in the pregame vignettes that we have aired how important this match is as far as momentum and getting him ready for our next pay-per-view in Baltimore.
Full gear.
Full gear's
November 9th.
Big deal, boys. In Baltimore, that arena's seen it all.
Some of the great matches of all time have been in that arena in Baltimore. And, you know, we talked to Cody about the fact that he said if he lost this match that he would give up his title shot to Sammy Guevara. And he says that would certainly put Sammy in line, one would think, to get a title shot.
It would put him definitely in the conversation.
Yes, it would.
If I know Cody, he's not giving up anything.
That's right.
He was standing vertical.
Vertical suplex, letting all the blood flow to Sammy Guevara's head. When he drops him down, there's going to be pins and needles through the extremities of Sammy Guevara.
Cody with a cover and got a near fall out of that situation. Cody, I would say, at least in my estimation, fellas, is operating with a cautious offensive approach. He's not taking too many unnecessary chances here against a very explosive and opportunistic Sammy Guevara.
Well, it's a smart, sound strategy is what it is. Now, what's he doing here? I'll tell you what he's doing here. He's getting the blood pumping back to his upper body, but he's also pumping himself up, firing himself up, telling himself that he can stick in this match with Sammy Guevara.
The one thing Cody can't do is take... Oh, hook kick by Guevara.
That didn't miss. Those right hands from both men didn't find their mark, but that kick did.
Cody comes back. Oh!
What a cutter.
Off the middle rope, hook of the leg. 1, 2, no! Kick out.
Handed to Guevara. He's kicking out. He's holding on. Both legs are hooked. And another kick out after a good, strong 2 count. Referee in perfect position to make her call. And the thing that Cody's got to realize here, I can't allow myself to get frustrated.
Can't allow himself to get frustrated, and he also has to keep the clock in mind. There's a 20-minute time limit for this matchup. It's already bit him once against Darby Allin. He doesn't want another draw. I think a draw would take Cody out of the title picture, too.
We are in our very first match here on TNT, and already we are trending #1 on Twitter and #3 on Twitter right now. How about that?
Well, at JRSBBQ, Tony, is all you need to know. We appreciate that, folks. Appreciate your support.
We really do. Yes, sir.
Swear to God, we do.
Coming off. Oh, look at that. A cutter of his own.
Nice right there now.
Springing up, turning his back, and driving Cody face first to the canvas.
Damn good offense. Legs are hooked. And Cody forces his shoulders off the canvas before the 3 count. But, boy, that was close.
And as Sammy said, this was the biggest night of his life, and he's performing just like that.
Everybody wants to, you got to compete in this league with a keen sense of urgency on every night, every outing. Wins and losses count. We're talking about the win-loss records here. We'll be doing that throughout this broadcast.
High enziguri there from Sammy Guevara, but he turned his back to Cody. That's the cockiness coming back to bite him. Sammy Guevara always misbehaving, the kind of kid that would run through the house with a pickle in his mouth. And Cody making him pay.
And Brandy telling him what for on the outside.
Yeah, she is. Give him a piece of her ear, his ear. Whatever. And, wait a minute here. Did I see what I think I saw?
Guevara pulling Brandy into the line of fire.
Oh, that's weak. That's weak. Let's take another look if we can.
Exactly what he did.
Thank goodness Cody had enough agility to be able to slow it down a little bit and not eliminate his wife in consideration.
But you saw Brandy, the back of her head, actually striking the barricade.
Dr. Sampson in her ringside position, tending to her. Back to the spine first, into the ring post goes Cody. And Guevara's got a big advantage right now. Can he close the deal? And the fans are letting you know exactly what they think of Sammy Guevara. a proctologist nightmare.
Guevara headed up to the top. Moonsault press, nobody home. Nobody home that time. Running shooting star press, great cover. Look at the leg, deep cover. No!
Give Sammy a lot of credit on that.
Yeah.
Twice missed. He went right back to the point of attack once again.
Very talented young man is Sammy Guevara.
Yes, he is.
Win, lose, or draw in this matchup, he is a great signee for the AEW group.
9 years of experience for him. He looks like he's been in the ring much, much longer than that.
Oh!
Wow, Brandon disaster! Got her some. No, kicked out. Guevara kicked out. I'd have bet my last black hat that that was a 3 count.
Cody finding out firsthand just how important this is to Sammy Guevara. 10 minutes have elapsed here. And that has to be in the back of Cody's mind.
Sammy's like dead weight now. Look at this.
Yeah, that kick might have put Sammy's lights out.
Well, I'm not so sure that I think maybe Cody should just go for a pin there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Could be.
Yeah, you know, they call them high-risk maneuvers.
Yeah.
And
I just believe when you go off your feet voluntarily, you're asking for trouble. Both these men now are asking for trouble.
oh, my God.
Cody. Avalanche style reverse suplex.
The cover by Cody. Laser hook with a no-scope. What the hell is it going to take? What the hell is it going to take to beat Sammy Guevara here tonight?
And frustration written on the face of Cody at 100-point font.
I tell you, Sammy Guevara is making a statement here tonight.
Man, these fans love Cody. Good Lord. Yeah.
Cody's got Sammy hooked up. Sammy, though, floats over. He's behind Cody. Sends him into the corner. Back elbow. Staggers Sammy out towards center.
Sammy's having trouble maintaining his equilibrium. His balance has been affected. And there he is.
Just as you said that.
Good Lord. He was resurrected.
Badass fly by Sammy Guevara.
This should do it. Spanish fly. And a kick out. A kick out. About 2.5.
Sammy not wasting any time.
He shouldn't. He needs to go right back to the attack again.
High risk, high reward, Sammy. If that's your thought, there you are.
Sammy, shooting star press, but Cody got the knees up. Inside cradle.
Inside cradle. Inside cradle. Hook and catch. Locked in. The 3 count. Cody beats Sammy Guevara in a hell of a match.
The winner of this match, the American Nightmare, Cody!
Ring in the new year with all elite wrestling. It's the Shop AEW.com anniversary sale. Starting January 1st, get 20% off everything. If you want it, Shop AEW.com has it. It's 2020. Make sure to get your 20% off everything today. Shop AEW.com.
All right, here on Dark, we're going to take a look now at some of the great rivalries that you saw during 2019. One of the great rivalries, obviously, was what went down between the Bastard, I love to say that, you bastard, the Bastard Pack and Kenny Omega.
It was a back and forth between those two, and it still hasn't even come to a conclusion.
It hasn't come to a conclusion at all. As a matter of fact, we're going to take you back now to an earlier edition of AEW Dynamite, the Bastard Pack against Kenny Omega.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, he is a Bastard Pack.
And you saw that number 1 next to his name. Pac, the bastard, who in this very building on August 31st at All Out defeated Kenny Omega. He forced him to verbally submit, to pass out to that brutalizer submission hold. Kenny Omega carrying the weight of Pac, and the lights went out. Pac would like nothing more than to do it again here tonight in the Sears Center Arena. And hanging from the rafters here in Chicago, that banner commemorating All Out in this very building. Chicago, such a historic wrestling city, JR, and this building even more so.
It's for the heartbeat of the AEW was discovered here in Chicago, for my money. This building. We got number 1, Pac, against the number 5 contender in Kenny Omega, who we'll see in a heartbeat.
And his opponent, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Kenny Omega!
Well, you know, a lot of folks say that, in their view, that Kenny Omega went into a slump after he lost by submission in this building that we just saw the footage of back in August. I can't really argue that point. He did kind of get off his game. He's working now to get back in that situation, and he's got a chance now to move right up the rankings from 5 to wherever, because he's fighting number 1.
Kenny Omega is a man that is, improvisation is in his blood, but he had to face Pac on 7 days' notice and somehow was just unable to overcome that curveball. He was originally supposed to face Jon Moxley, but on Wednesday, December 11th, we'll be live in the Dallas, Texas Metroplex area at the Curtis Culwell Center. Get your tickets now at AEWTix.com. We hope to see you there. And then just a week later in Corpus Christi at the American Bank Center Arena, December 18th. Hope that you'll join us in the great state of Texas for AEW Dynamite.
You can't come if you don't have a ticket, though, folks. So we give you a little tip. AEWTix.com. All right, here we go. No more tickets. Wrestling. This could be a main event, ladies and gentlemen, on this show, any other program. But we got it here for you tonight, and this should be a dandy. A lot of motivation. Number 1 versus number 5. It's a big, I know it's rivalry week in college football. Like my Sooners, since it's Oklahoma State Cowboys, Bedlam is Saturday night. It's rivalry week. This is a rivalry right here. You don't have to wait till the weekend.
Huge rivalry and big stakes for both men. Pac continues to feel like he's overlooked as the number 1 ranked competitor for a number of weeks in a row. Pac feels like he deserved a shot at Le Champion Chris Jericho, but it was Scorpio Sky that pinned Jericho for the first time in an AEW ring, and he will face Jericho later on tonight in our main event.
Pac has uncanny agility, no doubt about that, and that mean streak. Look at this.
And yeah, since Pac has combined that agility with that mean streak, look at that basement dropkick there by Kenny Omega, so fast.
Right on the patella, AKA the kneecap.
And over the top, going for the Kataro Crusher, but Pac springs out.
What a counter!
The snap dragon!
Oh my God!
Pac
so totaled up like an accordion, dropped right on his head.
Pac countered that facebuster here in August, and the buckle bomb.
Man, Omega's coming out red hot here with some heavy-duty offense.
Spine buster, 1, 2. 2 count, Pac able to kick out.
Omega was digging for that cover, couldn't quite find all the leverage that he needed to get the 3 count, but in any event, it has all been Kenny Omega with this burst of offense the last couple of minutes.
And I think he had to be watching that tape from All Out of that matchup of his loss to Pac. He is not going to make the same mistakes twice. He's not going to get caught sleeping again. As now Kenny Omega building up ahead of steam, coming over the top and driving Pac down to the floor.
Takes a huge risk, does Omega. He found his mark on the outside. The only downside of that is that you can't win on the outside, but look at this beauty. Poetry in motion.
Pac and Omega, 2 men so familiar with that high-risk offense. They make it work for them, but it's called high risk for a reason, JR.
Absolutely, and Omega landed right on his tailbone. That could show back up there before it's all said and done.
Yep.
He's hurting right now. Omega has hurt himself on that dive.
Very ginger on that left leg. And next week in singles competition, Trent will be taking on Ray Phoenix.
Wow, that's going to be big, man. That should be a great match. Trent's got everything to gain in this matchup by beating Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is on this roll, unbelievable roll, and he can snap out the best friends like that next Wednesday night.
Right now, Pac keeping the pressure on Kenny Omega.
That's a great match we got signed for next week. I love that.
A wild swing and a miss there by Omega. Pac countered with that shoulder to the midsection, springing off the back of Omega. Omega just slides behind, looking for the Snapdragon once again.
You know,
Pac, those back elbows, vicious shots.
Pac's lack of good God almighty. What a Snapdragon suplex. And nobody does that maneuver better than Kenny Omega. I know a lot of guys utilize it, but nobody does it better than Omega in any federation.
Yeah, it's Omega's up.
Hold on for your career here,
Yeah.
Pac.
That waist lock, and Pac knows what jeopardy he is in.
Pac's very, very strong, as you can tell, by his physique and the way he trains, the way he moves. Very blessed in his physical abilities. Back elbows finding their mark. Omega's right hand down, let us a clear shot to the face.
And Pac headed up to the top. Beautiful Orihara moonsault to the outside. Driving Kenny Omega to the floor.
Take another look right here. Great hang time, accuracy, courage. Man, folks, what action we've got right here. This main event level matchup between two of the best in the entire world will continue.
'Tis the season of the inner circle. 'Tis the season of Le Champion. 'Tis the season of a little bit of the bubbly. That's right. Do you have what it takes to party with Chris Jericho? We want to see you popping and rocking your little bit of the bubbly at your holiday parties this season. So just post the videos on Twitter and Instagram. Include the hashtag little bit of the bubbly, and you too could be in our next commercial for a little bit of the bubbly. Oh yeah! 'Tis the season to say cheers and thank you to Le Champion. Celebrations on tonight.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite.
And Omega fighting up from the canvas, but Pac driving that knee into the chest of Omega. And look at this, using those powerful arms.
Yeah, snapmare takeover, stayed real tight, real close. Didn't let Omega get away. There's no way to Snapdragon nothing in this position.
Yeah, Omega's so explosive, so resilient. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
As he should. As he should take advantage of what's there.
And you see Omega trying to dig his fingers in between the bicep and the forearm of Pac to try to create some distance to stop that blood flow from being cut off to his brain.
Hard elbow strikes to the solar plexus and a knife edge chop across that well-developed chest of Pac.
Oh, Pac though, that
double
back
sledge.
elbow.
Yeah, two back elbows, double sledges, whatever, it hurts. Oh, he's just not another pretty face.
He's a bastard.
He is a tough guy, man. He's one of Great Britain's toughest contributions to pro wrestling. I can tell you that right now. You got to be always proud of the effort of this guy. You may not like his personality, but damn, he's good. What a matchup we've got going on here. One fall, 20-minute time limit. It's anybody's ball game. Pac, Kenny Omega. It all started right here in late August of this year.
And you see on the bottom of the screen, little bit of the bubbly.com, Le Champion. And we found out during the break, JR, that seconds will be banned from ringside during the World Championship main event match here tonight.
I love that. That's a great call by the AEW brass. Let's go man on man. See who's the best man between Jericho and Scorpio Sky.
Oh,
What a kick.
that huge teep from Kenny Omega sending Pac into the corner.
Look at this impact, folks. Look at this. Boom! It's like Pat got shot out of a cannon.
Well, got knocked out of his boots. And now Omega sizing him up, looking for that Polish hammer. Finds his mark.
Shades of Ivan Putski.
Second one takes down the bastard.
Third time was not the charm.
Pack able to block it. Not that one.
Here we
Look at
go.
the far leg. 1, 2.
Didn't feel right, but Kenny went for the cover anyway, as he should have.
He's got the leg hook. Fisherman's Buster. 1, 2. Again, Pack able to kick out.
Oh, man, that was another close one. Omega is, look at his face. I don't know if it's just angst or frustration or anger or what, but there's a lot of emotion going through the mind right now of Kenny Omega.
What we saw after that brutal match at Full Gear against Jon Moxley, an unsanctioned lights-out match that he didn't come out physically unscathed. He was not mentally unscathed either. He had damage to every part of his psyche.
Into the turnbuckles, Omega goes, but counters quickly counters. That's the key, back elbow. Then, of course, the counter again by Pac.
Pac and Omega so quick with those strikes.
Oh, man. Omega walked right into that major league kick.
I think Omega was actually gearing up for a pump kick, but oh no, the bicycle knee strike. And Pac a step behind.
Inside out, upside down. What a clothesline. Lariat, whatever you want to call it. It's damn sure effective, especially coming from that angle that Pac delivered it. He's down there. He's under the jaw. He's under the chin. He gets you every time right in that sweet spot.
Pac threw his entire body into that clothesline. He left his feet through every single ounce of strength he had into that because he knew that's what it would take to put Kenny Omega down.
A little bit of our own bedlam right here tonight between these two rivals. Like any bedlam game, any rivalry game, anybody can win. No one's really a favorite. And if you think they are, then lay the points and see what happens to your money.
Pac with that chancery bringing Omega up to the top. They're in dangerous territory here.
Something's got to give.
Avalanche Falcon Arrow. 1, 2, no!
Pac could not get his body in a position to make an adequate cover. The cover was with his legs. As you take another look at this is huge.
Pac,
but he couldn't transition into a fitting combination.
He did the deal, but you're exactly right, Jay. That cover of Pac's was bowling shoe ugly.
Yeah, it was, and you're catching on. You're doing so well.
And now Pac headed up to the top rope.
Uh-oh,
he could be looking for that black arrow. That's usually how he sets up for that brutalizer. Pac, black arrow
there. The pool was empty. He has spent more time on the canvas than Rembrandt. That was a nasty collision with inanimate object, and that V trigger is just lethal.
Bang, right on the money with that knee strike. Omega has him up. He's got him hooked. He's going for the one-winged angel. Pac counter versus Omega. Goes through, crucifix 1,
got him rolled
2.
up.
No. Omega counters again. 1, 2, 3. That is it.
Omega got the legs. He finally neutralized the legs. The shoulders are down.
Here's your winner, Kenny Omega.
Right out of nowhere, does Omega hit a series of counters to finally keep the shoulders down for the 3 count and avenge that loss from last August.
In this very building, Kenny Omega avenging that loss. He becomes only the second man in AEW history to pin the bastard Pac, and you know the bastard is going to be fuming.
Look at this great display of wrestling.
Just counter wrestling. Omega, he felt the weight move, he shifted, he got his body into position, and he actually, that overhand, that right hand clutch is what sealed the deal for him.
Agree 100%. 100% agree.
On Saturday, February 29th, All Elite Wrestling is going to take pay-per-view to the next level. Are you ready, Chicago? AEW presents Revolution, live from the Wintrust Arena. Tickets are on sale now. Go to AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster.com.
A lot more great moments to come as we look back at 2019 here on AEW Dark. We're going to see Darby Allin going up against Jon Moxley, one of the great matches from 2019. Also going to show the Concourse Brawl that took place that happened to involve some Dippin' Dots as well from Pittsburgh. But really, the biggest upset of 2019 had to be in the first round of the AEW Tag Team Tournament.
The Young Bucks lost to Private Party.
Nobody
saw that coming.
No, absolutely. And they cemented themselves as the young, up-and-coming tag team in all of pro wrestling.
I mean, but the world also knew that the Young Bucks chose Private Parties.
Right. There you go. So there was Private Party upsets the Young Bucks, the opening round of the AEW World Tag Team Tournament.
And referee Rick Knox will have his hands full, though. He has refereed no shortage of Young Bucks matches in his career, so he knows the breakneck speed that both these teams will bring.
It's classic East Coast versus West Coast in many ways, Excalibur, and you know all about the Young Bucks out on the West Coast, but these two kids, Private Party from Brooklyn, as we said, they trained at House of Glory Wrestling School, and they've made their way up, and let's see what they can do against Nick and Matt here.
They've never had a bigger opportunity to do these young men. We always wish them the best. Their enthusiasm is infectious.
That's right.
Side headlock takeover.
Nick Jackson able to escape. Went for the super kick early. Isaiah Cassidy ducks under the leapfrog. Another super kick avoided. Duck under, super kick again. That's the youth edge. Nick Jackson just turned 30 in July. Isaiah Cassidy only 22.
He just put his gum in the guy's. What was that? Man, this is a great crowd here tonight. We expect more down the road, Tony. So many great events just around the corner for us.
Absolutely, including Charleston, West Virginia. Tickets are on sale now at AEWTix.com. October 30th will be the championship match in Charleston and here on TNT that night for this tournament.
Oh, Matt Jackson with a drop kick, gutbuster.
A sudden sense of urgency.
Neckbreaker combination.
Sudden sense of urgency by the Young Bucks. I was trying to make a point earlier that Nick Jackson spit his gum in the face of his adversary. That tells me that there's something different in his mindset or approach, Tony.
Well, I think it should be something different because it's a tag team tournament, Jim. Also, I got to wonder, Excalibur, you can lend in on this, what we saw last week and how the show ended. Is that on the mind of the Young Bucks and the beating that they all took last week, the Elite did, at the end of the show?
Yeah, the Young Bucks were in effectively a handicap match in the main event of the debut episode of Dynamite. And then afterwards, things just got completely out of control as just about everybody made their way to the ring to put a beating on the Elite. And so if the Young Bucks are potentially still feeling any effects from that, they're disguising it well.
Isaiah Cassidy being isolated by the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson, the highest regarded tag team in the world in the eyes of so many. They are the #1 tag team. They are the #1 seeds in this tournament and the odds-on favorite to win it all. But again, our young gentleman from Brooklyn, the Private Party, got something to say about that.
Isaiah Cassidy leapfrogs on the rope, shoulder to the midsection of Nick Jackson. Nick with a wild swing and a miss. High enziguri. And now Isaiah Cassidy, beautiful acai moonsault to the outside, taking out Matt. Nick trying to bring in Cassidy the hard way.
Nice athleticism, good balance there by Cassidy, who makes a flying tag.
Out to Mark Quinn. Quinn coming off the top, beautiful crossbody.
How agile was that? They leap up on the top rope.
And he's wrestling in tails.
Absolutely.
Crossbody almost didn't get there, but he got enough of it to send Nick back to the apron.
Jumping hello. And he's not done yet.
Look at this.
Crossbody from by Mark Quinn. He is on fire here in Boston, Massachusetts.
The AEW fan base going crazy for Private Party and that amazing burst of offense of Mark Quinn, who's there now. Oh my God, that could be it.
No!
That was the nearest some near falls, let me tell you. Now, young man, don't lose your focus.
Absolutely don't lose your focus. Stay right with it. See, now he's turned. And, of course, this is youthful exuberance right here, Jim.
We'll take another look at this. And, Tony, I have to mention, this is a page right out of Nick Jackson's playbook, that 450 splash. Well, I guess we're going to wait on the replay. But right now, it looked like Nick made the tag out to Matt while Quen's back was turned. Nick goes up and over the top, but Matt intercepts.
This is like two teams in the NBA that just like to shoot threes.
That's right.
Nobody's got plenty defense, a little bloody nose there. It ain't ballet.
They were doing a pretty good job of avoiding the super kicks early on, but they couldn't avoid it that time.
Well, the Bucks know what brought them to the dance, and that super kick and their super kick parties are a big part of their presentation.
Matt building up ahead of steam, looking for the powerbomb on the outside. He's got Cassidy, and he's taking him up the ramp
for the steel ramp play. It's so unforgiving. Isaiah Cassidy found no friend in the steel ramp. And the Bucks know that they have just made a major step to winning this contest.
Well, it was just 1 week ago where Santana, Ortiz, and Chris Jericho had numbers on the Young Bucks. Looks like the Bucks have numbers on Private Party, and specifically Mark Quen right now. Power bomb, slice bread number 2, combination 2, no!
Kick out.
Step over into the sharpshooter, the Scorpion Deathlock.
By any name, it's an effective submission.
And he is cranking back on Mark Quen.
Well, the Bucks came here very focused because, you know, they lost it all out to the Lucha Brothers. They lost to Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho.
Santana Ortiz, Chris Jericho last week. They are on a 2-match losing streak.
And bingo. So my point is that they had to set everything aside, put those 2 losses behind them, know that this is a single elimination affair, and you got to win. Even a draw's no good. I love that philosophy here. Wins and losses count, as they should.
Yeah. So do I, Jim. And Cassidy is nowhere to be found. He was power bombed on the outside. I don't even see him standing up on his corner here.
No, he's actually still down on the ramp. He's probably about 30 feet away from his corner.
Could be a matter of time. But the thing about these scenarios, it's almost as if Private Parties get that one chance, that one big swing to put this thing away. So you can't give them second chances.
That's right.
You know, I'm all for favor of Matt Jackson winning this match here. Sooner than later, there's a cover and a count and a near fall.
How about that, the forearm bone on the face that time, Excalibur? A little bit more vicious than we've seen the Bucks maybe in the past?
Yeah, I think they realize that Private Party is posing a very significant threat to their process through this AEW World Tag Team Championship title tournament.
Double drop kick. Great athleticism, easy for me. The Bucks got a near fall. They're in control right now, the Young Bucks are. Unless they make a fatal mistake, you can, I think, mark this one up.
And, you know, one of the interesting stories behind all this, the Young Bucks very instrumental in having Private Party signed with AEW. They wanted them here.
That's right. They went to House of Glory Wrestling personally to invite Private Party to sign an AEW contract. And
well, it worked. Good recruiting. And that was the goal, is always to bring these great tag teams into AEW. So tag teams are not an afterthought in the world of pro wrestling.
Quen is in a world of trouble right now. Diving foot stomps as he is stretched out across the knees of Matt Jackson. And JR, you've been talking about how the Young Bucks are the #1 seed, and that's with good reason. They have held titles in the United States, Mexico, Canada, Europe, and Japan in multiple weight classes. They are the most dominant tag team in professional wrestling of the last 10 years.
When I first saw them in New Japan, they reminded me of the Rock and Roll Express, and that's high praise, quite frankly. And some of you young kids don't know who that is. You might want to do a Google.
Well, they ruled tag team wrestling back in the 80s, much like the Bucks have been here in this new millennium and post-2010.
Innocent counter.
Little 15% there. Oh, Nick went for the spear at the knees. But Quen able to avoid, but Matt Jackson, you saw that desperation dive on him to prevent him from getting the tag, and Isaiah Cassidy.
Cassidy is back on the apron. He's running for the tag. But that's the issue. Can Mark Quen survive long enough to make a tag?
Quen goes up and over the top. Oh, Nick!
Well, there was your answer. Yes, he could. but there was nobody to tag.
I think that's a tremendous strategy.
Look out here. Down he goes, shoulders down. Near fall created on Mark Quinn.
And that is the 15 years of tag team experience for the Young Bucks.
Exactly, yep. And they pulled him out. They prevented the tag from happening. Some of the fans may have booed it, but I think it was sound strategy.
I think they outsmarted their opponents.
I think they did.
They, meaning the Young Bucks. Pronoun boy.
Matt Jackson just berating Mark Quinn and laying in some double sledges between the shoulder blades.
But I'm disturbed the fact that, well, in a lot of ways, but I'm disturbed in this match with the fact that the Bucks have not put this team away, and they have had opportunities.
Oh, Mark Quinn!
Too many second chances. Don't like it.
With that backflipping kick, catching both of the Bucks on the crowns of their head.
Tag. Here comes Cassidy. Isaiah, don't call me Leaf Cassidy with a drop kick right off the top.
Jim, I know what you're saying.
Oh, did you see that? His back gave out.
Yes, it did. Lower back on the left side.
Time is of the essence, I can tell you that.
And that had to be that ramp. What happened on the ramp?
Double Hurricane Rana takes down both of the Young Bucks.
It just shows that this young man, Isaiah Cassidy. What was that?
10 minutes have elapsed. But Isaiah Cassidy, you can see still smarting from that powerbomb on the ramp. He needs to put the Young Bucks away with alacrity.
Yeah, now, immediately, because that back's not going to hold out, and there you go. The exploitation of a previously injured body part is so veteran-like and such a lost art in today's game.
Yeah, well, Matt's one of the veterans.
Sends Cassidy out to the outside. Private Party with the silly string. They're blocked, though. Matt with the Northern Lights suplex. Nick grabbing out to the leg. Locomotion Northern Lights from Matt. Brings Cassidy up in the trifecta.
How about that?
Oh, look at this.
Is this amazing or what?
Both members of Prep Party hooked up.
Great leverage on Jackson. Shoulders down, got a near fall. Man, now we're realizing by these facial expressions that the Young Bucks realize we're in deep water here. We're in deep water. And if this thing goes 20 minutes, we're screwed.
Well, you know, you mentioned a great analogy, Jim, talking about in football sometimes the better team will just let another team hang around too long, and you can't let them do that.
Oh! Nice teamwork. What a kick right to the spine.
Classic Young Bucks double sweep of the leg. Matt Jackson looking for the Scorpion Deathlock.
The Young Bucks tandem offense is as good as I can remember seeing.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Quinn got starched on the outside.
Mark Quinn.
And you have to remember this, Matt Jackson has had his share of lower back pains in the last couple of years. He knows exactly the types of moves that would cause him pain. And he's going to do that exactly to Isaiah Cassidy.
Yeah, learning from pain. All the great wrestlers have done it through the years.
That was literally out of nowhere.
The facebuster from Nick, and then he backflipped off the apron to take out Mark Quinn on the outside. And Matt Jackson wrenching
submission time.
How about that?
Cassidy with an amazing sense of urgency and an adrenaline rush, able to get to the bottom rope and break the hold.
Adrenaline rush is right out of nowhere. He just crawled right to the ropes. A burst of energy.
And Cassidy was trying to position himself underneath the ropes of the friendly corner.
What a great wrestling match we're seeing here.
Oh, look at this blind tag.
Blind tag indeed. Excalibur. Not a good landing for Nick.
Oh, reverse Hurricane Rana.
Matt was not aware the tag was made in that blind tag.
Now, up. The shoes.
Oh, my God. What a tandem offense. You talk about tandem creating offense in the sky.
Well, they call it the gin and juice, and it wiped them out. Watch out.
Gin and juice for two on the rocks.
Went up top. Star press.
Popped out on the gut. Two. Oh, God. Can you believe that Matt Jackson just kicked out? I don't think that Mark Quinn can believe it.
But Mark Quinn's getting fired right back up, Jim. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, there you go. Stay on him.
He can't afford to get flustered. Matt Jackson, though, goes underneath. Pulls him up. Oh, look at that.
Look out here. Could be a Milton driver.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, gets slipped out.
Man.
Rolls him up. 1, 2.
Oh, look at this. What an upset. What an upset. Can you believe this? Private Party has defeated and eliminated the Young Bucks in this tag team championship tournament.
Party! What a moment, guys!
Who would have thunk it? I'm telling you, who would have thunk it?
Ring in the new year with all elite wrestling. It's the Shop AEW.com anniversary sale. Starting January 1st, get 20% off everything. If you want it, Shop AEW.com has it. It's 2020. Make sure to get your 20% off everything today. Shop AEW.com.
We are taking a look back at some of the big moments from AEW Dynamite from our inaugural year 2019. Tony and Dasha back with you here on AEW Dark. I want to take you now to that, we talked about it earlier, the Concourse Brawl. Now, this is one of the things that led up to Full Gear matchup, the Full Gear matchup between Chris Jericho, the world champion, and Cody, the American Nightmare. It overflowed, so to speak. It went from the ring, it went up the stairs, it went up into the stands, it went to a suite, ended up in the concourse.
That's right. Glass was everywhere.
Yes.
The champ had his ticket. He was legally allowed to be there.
I got my ticket.
That's the one thing I remember.
Yeah.
I got my ticket.
Yes. I remember the Dippin' Dots, and you may too. Let's take a look at what happened in Pittsburgh in the much talked about Concourse Brawl.
I've had the opportunity. I have had the privilege.
We're trying to do an interview here, okay? We're trying to do an interview. Go ahead, I'm sorry. How are you?
I have had the opportunity. I've had the privilege to grow up in front of all of you, and it's apropos that I get to make this announcement here, to make this announcement now.
Boo!
Okay. I got it.
Boo!
Hey, Chris. I know you purchased your tickets, and that's all fine and good, but this isn't like the other wrestling company we came from. This isn't an invisible wall right here. I could easily step through. And I could easily come up there and we can fight right here and right now.
Hey, Pittsburgh, shut your mouth. Now listen, Cody, I know you got a lot of bravado. I know you're a very smart man, so don't do something stupid, all right? You stand in that ring where you belong, where it's safe, because I know you're not gonna come up here because you're a coward. Oh yeah. You're nothing more than an entitled millennial little bitch, yeah?
Cody facing uneven odds here.
You think he's going to do?
Oh, you're gonna come up here, Cody? This is the inner circle, boy. It's 4-1. You stand there, do nothing, and like it.
The fifth member of the inner circle,
Yeah,
Jake Hager.
get the hell out of my arena.
Not here
Get
this
the hell
week.
out of here before I kick your ass. Go.
Yep. Undefeated, preparing
Go.
for his fight this weekend.
Get up, boy.
Maybe cooler heads will prevail here. There's Cody's brother, his big brother, Dustin.
Okay. So your big brother gonna come save you, Cody Wardy. It's still 4-2, baby. Stay there and be the cowardly roses that you've always been.
man whose loyalty wasn't questioned, but he proved himself to be a steadfast friend of Cody. It's MJF.
Max has had
All right. So now we're going to be scared of someone wearing a scarf? Huh? Who wears a scarf? It's still 4-3. Take your chance and get the hell out of here, man. Go.
It's me. It's D.D.A.
just picked up Excalibur, the family friend of the Rhodes, Diamond Dallas Page, Hall of Famer.
He was doing a little DDPY in the back to limber up.
Jericho's mood has changed. There's a quartet here, and a quartet there.
You're not coming up here.
They're hopping the rail.
You're not coming up. Yeah, this is your last chance. Don't you come up here. Don't you take one more step. Don't you take one more.
Team Cody and the Inner Circle are about to square off in the stands here in Pittsburgh.
And look at Jericho's Inner Circle retreating. Maybe discretion.
Oh, look at this. They've locked themselves in the luxury box.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh, my God! Oh! What did you punch in the glass?
And man, it's on now! The fight is on now! Rhodes and Jericho! Rhodes and Jericho! The challenger! The champion!
Oh! The trash can over the head. Jericho actually grabbed a crutch for somebody. Oh, look at this.
Security descending on this chaotic situation.
The Peterson Event Center staff trying to restrain champion and challenger.
My God, they're going to destroy the Dippin' Dots.
Just pandemonium here. Up on the mezzanine level.
Man, folks, if you're up there, take cover. You hear some of those monitors, you see.
And Sammy Guevara and MJF still squaring off while Cody. And look at this, Dustin now being restrained by the staff.
Jericho said, they've got tickets. We're ticket holders.
We've got tickets. You see what happens when you mess with the Inner Circle?
The Inner Circle.
What now?
I've just gotten a little taste of revenge.
Look at Jericho's face. He's verklempt.
What you got, midlife crisis, Chris? What you got?
Man, what?
Ticket.
It looks like that.
You see what happens when
It looks like Cody is being escorted out of here. Jericho's got tickets. In all honesty, Jericho's got a right to be in that suite.
Look at the police getting involved. This is
good. God. Jericho and Cody. What a war this is going to be.
Change your impression of Dippin' Dots?
Absolutely not.
No,
I still love them.
That's the ice cream
Chocolate
feature,
flavored.
and they didn't even pay us to say that. We are on AEW Dark. Good to have you with us. We're taking a look back at the big moments of 2019. Now, we already talked about the very first match that we ever broadcast on TNT, October 2nd from Washington, D.C., Sammy Guevara against Cody the American Nightmare. But also in that show, we crowned the first ever AEW Women's Champion. It was quite a match between Riho and Nyla Rose.
Nobody thought that Riho could pull it out, and that woman really showed her agility, her quickness, her strength, and she outbeasted the beast.
How about that? Outbeasted the beast with tenacity. Let's take you back to October 2nd, where we crowned the first ever AEW Women's Champion.
Long odds for Riho size-wise, but you can't measure someone's heart by their their inches and their pounds.
Well, I think she's got two things going for her here. I think number one, that she has trained with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has helped her prepare for this match. You can't discount that. That's number one. And number two, Nyla Rose is wrestling in her hometown. She was born in Washington. She grew up in Northern Virginia. And I do know from talking to her, she's very nervous about this day. Coming in, she feels a lot of pressure.
Well, you can't throw out experience either. Riho nearly doubles Nyla with years of experience at 13 years.
Yeah, but Riho only 22 years of age. And we see Nyla's strength already on display as she was just able to shove Riho off as Riho peppers her with those elbow strikes.
So if you're doing your math at home, Riho started wrestling professionally at the age of 9.
9. Is that amazing?
Figure that out, kids.
Riho coming in with that drop kick, a second drop kick. And we mentioned that Riho does have a victory. It was in a three-way match over Nyla Rose, a victory over Nyla Rose. And Riho was the woman that pinned her. But Yuka Sakazaki was also in that match. That was Riho with the head scissors. Takes down Nyla Rose. It'll be interesting to see if Yuka was the X factor for Riho coming away with the victory. Shoulder tackle there.
The thing you won't want if you're a fan of Riho is to let this match slow down. She's got to keep a pace that keeps the bigger opponent moving around.
Right.
You know, my sheet says that Nyla Rose weighs 185. Yeah,
lateral press, but Riho bridging up out of it.
And I'm 3'4". Come on. She's 200 pounds and she's an ounce.
And Riho with those stomps to the kidneys. Coming up. Whoa, double stopping. Nyla just shoves it off.
Nyla doesn't know how strong she is. As Dr. Becker mentioned earlier, the experience advantage that Riho has is significant. But how good will Nyla Rose end up being when she gets all that experience behind her, that size? She's something, Dr. Baker, you can't really practice against, can you? There's not too many people like her to work out with, right?
I guess you're right, JR.
And Britt, you've been in the ring with both of these women here in All Elite Wrestling. Do you have any insights that you can offer, any game plan suggestions?
This ain't good.
Riho is one of the fastest competitors I've ever seen in a ring. With that being said, we're talking about the obvious size advantage we have here.
Doesn't matter how fast you are when the beast is laying on you like that. Speed does not come into play.
She is a beast.
Folks, you see there on the screen, we're going to be in Nashville. Tickets on sale now, AEWTix.com. Great wrestling city, Nashville Municipal Auditorium, so we're going to be.
The legendary Municipal Auditorium.
I'm going to try to eat my weight in Hattie B's hot chicken. It'll be a great trip.
And look at Nyla just cranking back on Riho as she's making that long crawl, having to carry her own body weight and all of Nyla Rose. And Nyla grabbing the hands.
This is exhausting. This is exhausting for Riho, carrying all that weight and then straining to get to the rope so the referee could call for a very timely break.
Yeah, senior official Paul Turner there with the eyes on the action.
Britt, this gives you a good opportunity to scout both these women.
It sure
does. Take a good look at what they do well, what they don't do so well, in your opinion.
Well, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's study, whether it be my books or an opponent. So all eyes are on the ring right now.
And look at this. Riho was kicking her legs, and she changed her positioning enough to escape behind Nyla, but Nyla with a back elbow.
And that could be inexperience right there from Nyla Rose, Tony, because she shouldn't have lost control of that particular situation.
But on the other hand, JR, Riho needs to stay away from her.
Yeah.
Stay out of her grasp. It's easier said than done.
And quicken the pace. Move
quicken
it.
the pace,
Don't
right.
let it slow down and let the bigger woman dictate the pace here. That's what we're seeing.
Oh, running knee strike there from Riho.
It was a mistake.
They got that from Kenny Omega, I can tell you.
Yes, sir.
A second one sends Nyla spilling to the outside.
Her own momentum got her out there. Now let's see if the count can work in Riho's favor. She can win this thing by count out, I was assuming. It's a decision.
And Riho heading up to the top. Nyla doesn't see her. Riho up to the top. And as soon as Nyla turns around.
Oh, no.
What a fair catch.
You do not want to be here.
Yeah, the mistake she made was letting her get up. Once Nyla Rose got up, she was able to catch her. She should have stayed down. And
great backbreaker. Right down the alley of where, look at this, caught.
Wow.
And this could be the difference maker between Riho becoming the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. Oh, Nyla.
This is absolutely don't need this, Rhea. Just unarm her.
I'm not surprised.
Unarm her.
Nyla.
There you go, Rhea. Good job.
Risking disqualification. But Riho fires up with some shots to the face.
Well, I'm not sure it means anything.
It doesn't. She doesn't want to do that.
And nobody can win or lose on the outside. You're both out there, you're in trouble. And let's just say she's not being manhandled, she's being woman handled. Here's Riho at the hands of Nyla Rose.
Riho being sent into the barricade. Nyla takes a glance at the World Championship title, but
what is she doing?
Now again going underneath the ring. Well, now multiple chairs.
All right, I'm sure security in the back can see these issues are developing.
Yeah, I mean, there is the referee's discretion, but this would be a very obvious disqualification for Paul Turner if Nyla were to strike her with the chair.
Well, Nyla Rose seemingly, I might be wrong, lost her focus. Now the stack of chairs topped with a Riho on top. And now here's this, well, I'm thinking 200-pounder up on the apron.
Nyla!
Oh my God! Oh my God! The spine first on the steel chairs. Good Lord!
Nyla going for that cannonball senton, but Riho able to evade, and now Riho up on the apron.
Doors open, Riho. Stomp! The double stomp right to the abdomen.
Like a bolt of lightning from the sky.
Now's her opportunity. She needs to take advantage of it right here. Get her back in the ring.
We see
this. Spine first, popping those chairs.
Riho, pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Riho ascending to the top rope.
What's next?
Stop to the spine. Riho covers with the leg.
Can the bump be enough?
No.
It's not enough. It's not enough, but it was a damn sure a strong near fall. AEW Dynamite will be right back.
Ring in the new year with all elite wrestling. It's the Shop AEW.com anniversary sale. Starting January 1st, get 20% off everything. If you want it, Shop AEW.com has it. It's 2020. Make sure to get your 20% off everything today. Shop AEW.com.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite.
As Riho wrenching on Nyla Rose.
Riho looking for a submission win in the first ever AEW Women's Championship matchup. Here in our inaugural voyage, Season 1, Episode 1, here on TNT.
And Britt, you felt those running knee strikes from Riho.
Oh, look. Is she really going to try to lift her up?
She does use that Northern Light suplex, and Riho. Oh!
But they add on again.
Riho capitalizing on using every ounce of her body weight with all of her offensive moves.
Wild swing on the lariat. Riho with the crucifix, but Nyla able to carry her weight.
Nyla still in control with a modified Samoan drop. Out of the crucifix, driving the air out of Riho. And now going for the cover. Here we are.
No.
Boy, that small left shoulder just barely got off the canvas.
It's amazing she is still in this. She's almost like a rag doll right now after that crucifix drop. And they're chanting her name here.
Riho being hung out to dry on the top rope. The knee strike from Nyla. We saw her use the diving knee drop. When her opponent's strung up on the top strand, and it looks...
No, this is ill-advised.
Oh, no. We've seen this before.
If Nyla Rose hits this, where this... Good God! Good Lord! The knee to the spine, hanging over the ropes, the cover! The cover!
No!
Almighty, how did she do it? How did Riho kick out? You said you can't weigh a heart. You can't weigh passion. doesn't come in pounds and inches.
Nyla with the STF.
Can Rio withstand this pressure? Can she withstand this submission maneuver?
Look how far away she is from the ropes here.
That's a long way.
It is. She was reaching out, but she knows she can't get there, and she's not giving up.
Riho only 5 feet 2 inches tall, so this is like walking a mile while lugging a boulder for her.
After that boulder just landed on your neck.
That's right.
And you can see Nyla with the grip tighten underneath the chin of Riho, wrenching back.
The AEW Women's Championship matchup in progress. One fall, no time limit.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, Rio, give her an A for effort. She tried to elevate
That's right.
Nyla Rose. She tried, but it was...
But her body just collapsed.
Yeah. And now Nyla laughing, making fun of her smaller adversary in this huge matchup.
Yeah, no shortage of spirit, of pluck, moxie, or grit from Riho, but Nyla Rose just with a distinct, overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, basically she's taking an ass kick and she keeps coming back.
Pretty much.
It's amazing.
Rio's making she's making a fan out of me, I can tell you that, because you love the fighting spirit of this young woman. But boy, this power is just hard to overcome. Strength, the power, the weight advantage.
Riho fights her way out of the powerbomb, goes underneath, rolls through, has the leg captured. 1, 2, 3.
Shoulder down.
2, only a 2 count.
Oh, come on. Are you sure?
Fans are sure that it was a 3.
I'm sure that was a clothesline.
And Nyla doing a great job keeping her focus, not getting distracted by the near fall. Death Valley driver. Hook at the leg. 1, 2. No!
You could almost feel it because there was no weight over the shoulders.
That's
the
right.
pin was not executed. And Nyla Rose may look back at this match and say, there's where I screwed up.
Right, she just lifted the right shoulder easily up.
It's the little things like that at the end of the match.
Fundamentals, Doc. Fundamentals, right?
That's right.
Well, the fans are really into this one, and we're going to be impressed regardless who wins this. We have been impressed with both these ladies.
Yeah, they've had a hell of a match.
Yes, they have.
Back and forth, give and take, no quit.
Nyla unsteady, though, on that top rope. I think the punishment she's endured, maybe those double stomps from Riho.
Look at this. You hear the flesh on flesh there. And the little lady's doing all she can to make a dent in this monster.
Oh, what?
Oh.
She's in the grasp with the... Oh, no!
Avalanche Northern Lights suplex!
How in the hell did that happen? The cover! No! And a near fall! Another near fall, my God!
Nyla with the capacity to kick out, but Riho sizes her up, running knee strike. No, Nyla evades. Off the back!
Stayed right on it, did.
Got her.
Yeah, that was good. Focus maintained by Rio.
Double knees to the face. She hooks the leg.
Can she hold it? Can she hold it? It's over. It's over. Rio's a champion. Rio has beaten Nyla Rose to become the first ever AEW Women's Champion.
The winner of this match and All Elite Wrestling Women's World Champion, Rio.
On Saturday, February 29th, All Elite Wrestling is going to take pay-per-view to the next level. Are you ready, Chicago? AEW presents Revolution, live from the Wintrust Arena. Tickets are on sale now. Go to AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster.com.
We crowned also in 2019 new World Tag Team Champions. We saw earlier that the Young Bucks were upset in round number 1. Well, finally, 2 teams emerged, SCU and the Lucha Brothers.
My favorites.
Yeah?
My mom said I'm not supposed to have favorites, but yo tengo cero miedo. I got no fear. I love the Lucha Brothers.
Like Dasha, they have no fear. Let's take a look at the crowning moment of the World Tag Team Title Tournament.
And so Scorpio Sky has stepped up. Last minute tight situation, and man has shined big time.
You're exactly right, Jim, but Pentagon Jr., such a powerhouse, and now this is breaking down into a slugfest, an absolute Donnybrook here.
I think a slugfest favors SCU here. Keep them grounded.
Yeah, exactly, Tony, good point.
And they're fighting for their fallen comrade, too.
Aubrey Edwards is trying to encourage one of these teams to split up and get on the edge. Oh, man, that's tough. Scorpio Sky has been as hot as anybody we've seen. Oh, look at this.
Sky putting on the... Ray Phoenix putting on the brakes. Pentagon Jr. with a backstabber. Now Kazarian Wild swinging the miss. Pentagon Jr. with a pump handle into the driver.
Could be it.
1, 2.
Leg is restrained, and the near fall accomplished.
Wow, what a shocker that would have been.
Quick, huh?
Yeah, this quickly to end the match.
Not being paid by the hour. Pentagon Jr. in that full bodysuit, his partner, the amazing Ray Phoenix.
His brother Pentagon Jr., it's tattooed on his knuckles. Cero miedo, zero fear. That's an ethos he lives his life by. He's not afraid of anybody. But Scorpio Sky laying in some right hands.
You know, it's an old cliche, but I'm going to say it. Pound for pound, I think Scorpio Sky is one of the best athletes that we have here in AEW.
Tony, you are right. Somehow, my wrestling career... Oh, look at this sling blade! My wrestling career ended over 13 years ago. I had been in the ring with Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, and somehow they are faster than they were.
Sure.
I mean, it was actually 15 years ago.
It's all about training, desire, motivation, pushing yourself, and that's what they've done.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, my
Ray
God.
Phoenix!
That's a piece of work.
Tightrope walk into the face kick.
Shoulders are down.
Oh,
Aubrey Edwards in a perfect position to see both shoulders down and make the correct call. Now look at this teamwork. The brothers from Mexico City, in and out. They know each other better than anybody else in the world.
like the backs of their hands, and that's what SCU has to contend with tonight, that lifelong tag team partnership of the Lucha Brothers.
This match is a one-faller.
Oh,
winner's going to leave here.
over the top.
New tag champions.
And you notice Justin Roberts didn't mention a time limit at the top. There must be a winner here tonight. If this match exceeds TV time remaining, we will have the footage available on social media, wherever we can get it to you. You will see new champions crowned here tonight.
Yeah, we used to say tape machines are rolling, but we can't say that anymore. But
the digital machines are rolling.
Yes, the hard drives are humming.
This crowd showing their support for both teams.
Yeah, they're divided. Oh, look at the elevation that time.
Good job, Frankie. Cover. Oh, God, you heard that.
Kazarian, he knew that Pentagon was going to come in with that kick, and he actually pulled Ray Phoenix into the path of it.
Like
that guillotine over the middle rope there by Kazarian, and now Scorpio Sky coming off.
Look at this.
Hook and run off the stairs.
Man, Pentagon Jr. is in a helpless state. Doesn't say much for his brother here. He just got drop-toed across the second rope. Oh, reverse mule kick.
So a German suplex sending him over the top, taking him for a ride. One,
cover.
Two, no. Ray Phoenix able to kick out. Kazarian and Sky, though, with rapid-fire offense.
This match has got an incredible pace here in the early going.
And what team does that favor?
I've got to thank the Lucha Brothers.
I agree, Lucha Brothers. Keep them grounded if you can, and that's the key, if you can.
Oh, look at this, Ray Phoenix just gouging the eyes.
Thumbs to the eyes, what's that all about?
Winning.
Well, we've seen Lucha Brothers sink to some duplicitous tactics in the past, and now Fenix. Oh my God!
Ray Phoenix is unbelievable.
Yes, he is.
Unbelievable, folks. And now look out here.
Pentagon.
Oh, no.
Oh, try to send him into the side.
Scorpio Sky landed on his feet, which is incredible, and then got the taste kicked out of his mouth by Pentagon Jr. It's hard to hate Lucha Brothers because they're so damn good.
They're so damn good, but they do so many things to make you hate them. They don't have to resort to those underhanded tactics.
Great teamwork. Hard kick to the quad.
The Sky is still down here, and so we got basically a 2-on-1.
That is not good. That's not good at all.
You see Sky on the far side there.
The catapult has Frankie Kazarian set up.
Look out.
Oh, the leg drop!
Over the top into the body of Frankie Kazarian.
The packed house here in Charleston saying what we're all thinking. This is awesome. Either of these two teams would be worthy champions. Look at the elevation on that leg drop. Lateral press. Kazarian able to kick out.
So many different things could have happened to Kazarian that time. To the spine, to the rib cage, to the spleen. Good God.
I mean, also to the head, the neck, the jaw.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, so much danger there for Kazarian. It's a wonder that he's able to make it to his feet.
I agree. It's so much punishment on that, just that one move from the inside out.
And now Kazarian just being held open for Pentagon Jr. with that overhand chop.
Man, ref's got her hands full. Tense moment here. High stakes match.
Ray Fenix.
Oh, on the outside. Look at this.
Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky trying to get back involved, and you see how he's paying for that.
Sent head first into the barricade.
That barricade is steel.
And unforgiving.
Yes, it is. It's got those logos draped over, but it is steel underneath there.
And there we saw Pentagon Jr. return to that left leg of Frankie Kazarian, looking to inhibit the mobility of Kazarian.
It's something that Kazarian probably should have done on the other side.
You're exactly right, Tony. And now Ray Fenix, like a fastball coming down the middle. That chop.
Kazarian is in a gut test right here. Gut check, I should say. And the AEW World Tag Team Tournament final is in progress. The one faller must be a winner. And right now the Lucha Brothers have a distinct advantage. They've isolated Scorpio Sky away from a seemingly injured Frankie Kazarian.
Tag team precision during the break. The Lucha Bros just cutting the ring in half right across the hypotenuse.
Go for the cover right here.
Drop kick, lateral press.
You can feel the sense of urgency now beginning to build for both these teams. For Kazarian is to hold on, to survive.
Yeah, just to make it over to his corner, back to friendly territory. As now Ray Fenix looking for that cross arm breaker.
Shoulders
but Kazarian rolling into the ropes. Nope, Kazarian makes his way back to his feet.
How they're getting back to their corner. It's basic tag team strategy.
Isolation.
Yes, it is.
Compete in your half of the ring. It's old, it's tested, time tested, established.
He needs to get over there and make a tag. He's fighting valiantly, but still.
Oh, Kazarian! Just out of sheer desperation, using the Angel's wings. Christopher Daniels' finisher. I mean, he's seen it so many times from the apron over the years that that's just where his head went.
There's the tag.
Come on,
Scorpio Sky finally gets a tag to come back in. Is he ready? He looks ready.
Diving back elbow takes down Ray Fenix. Pinpoint drop kick takes down Pentagon Jr.
Stay on the attack, though.
Yeah. Now stay exactly. Keep the burner hot.
Pentagon with the bandera sends Scorpio Sky up and over the top right hand. Those staggers Pentagon back towards the center. Tijeras and the head scissors takes down Pentagon Jr.
Right hand misses, but the back elbows don't.
Scorpio Sky ducks under the lariat. Oh, Lordy! Chope con, hello there from Scorpio Sky.
I love this. Just agility, athleticism, it's amazing.
And the timing there from Ray Phoenix, catching Sky with the dropkick.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Rana!
Oh, Kazarian tried that Hurricane Rana off the top. I think he got by far the worst of it because his head drove right down to the apron of the ring.
Yeah, we saw his ankle get stuck in the ropes. Ray Phoenix was still pulled into Pentagon Jr., but Kazarian,
let's see that again.
Very unsettled there.
Oh, bodies everywhere.
That could be a difference maker, folks, in this match right here. That one move right there, because Kazarian has still got his head down. Kazarian's hurt.
Kazarian sent up and over the top. Assisted swinging DDT there from SCU.
But was it all that Kazarian could have done if he had been 100%? I don't think so. And look at Ray Phoenix.
Oh, no! Scorpio Sky
Beautiful
with
counter.
the reversal.
Beautiful counter. Will it be?
No!
A 1 second away from becoming the first ever AEW Tag Champions. Scorpio Sky continues to star in this tournament.
Yes, he does. He called Kazarian in, and Kazarian, as you can see, is still very, very much damaged.
Yeah, a little wobbly.
Looking for SCU later. Oh, but Pentagon had it scouted. He counters. Taking out both members of the opposition. Oh, the destroyer! Pentagon goes over the top. Boot up there by Scorpio Sky. Ray Phoenix!
What a cutter.
And that could do it. The cover here.
No! Sky kicking out!
You got to neutralize the legs, in my opinion. And Ray Phoenix thought he had it.
Yeah, you got to neutralize the legs, especially when you're trying to cover a great athlete like Sky.
Hey, bingo.
Who is so muscular everywhere.
Strong. His mind is maybe his strongest asset. His will to be great and help his team win this Covenant Championship.
Oh!
Mid-air collision.
Both men thinking cross-body, and they collide.
Referee Aubrey Evers checking out to see.
Pentagon going for the drop kick to the ankles of Kazarian. He catches the boot. Pulls him out. Oh, no, no. Ah! Power bomb through the timekeeper's table.
That's it. It's 2-on-1 the rest of the way, guys.
Kazarian destroyed here on the outside. Luckily, the concrete broke his fall.
The concrete broke his fall.
Look at how Kazarian was driven down so viciously via that powerbomb.
See, 2-on-1. Fight him off.
Yeah, the odds are bad here now for
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, SoCal Uncensored. SCU in trouble. Their dreams could be shattered.
That's it.
Off his brother's shoulders. 1, 2, no! Again, he didn't hook the leg.
Scorpio Sky fights, and he fights. His wills himself to stay in this match. No matter what, come hell or high water, this young man will never quit.
Now Scorpio Sky being set up. They're looking for that package pile driver, double foot stomps combination. Sky kicking his legs inside cradle. 1,
inside cradle.
2,
inside cradle.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh my God!
Scorpio Sky's done it.
Unbelievable!
After all that, a small package. What about that?
Inside cradle. A wrestling maneuver wins it.
All Elite Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, SCU.
Just rolled him right up and got the win. That was determination right there, guys. Determination.
What an extraordinary victory for SoCal Uncensored. And as a SoCal resident myself, I could not be more proud of these two men.
Here on AEW Dark, and our look back at our inaugural year in All Elite Wrestling on Dynamite 2019, of course. We're going to take a look back now at our final match here on Dark. It's going to be quite a confrontation. Is confrontation the right word to say when you're talking about Darby Allin going up against Jon Moxley?
Two men that follow their own rules. They are not afraid of death. They've cheated death multiple times. And this match was something out of this world.
Yeah, let's take a look at our final match here on our look back at 2019 here on AEW Dark. From Dynamite, Darby Allin goes up against the one and only Jon Moxley.
full of attitude, full of badass.
Makes his own way to the ring, doesn't he?
Doesn't want to turn his back to anyone.
And his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds,
Justin may be a little over-caffeinated here tonight, but nonetheless, that's a hell of a ring introduction.
That really is.
Oh my God! Darby Allin came out of
God.
nowhere, right in the face of John Moxley.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe it wasn't.
Well, Moxley still unsteady as Darby sends him over the barricade back into the crowd.
This match has not officially started, to my knowledge. I heard the bell ring.
No bell is rung, JR, you're right.
Look at Darby Allin trying to get a quick jump on Moxley if he can.
I mean, it's pretty apparent Moxley has the size advantage.
Yeah, strength.
Strength, size advantage, but Darby Allin has shown us how much punishment he's willing to take.
Land on his feet. Good Darby Allin.
Darby up and over and continue to rain shots down on John Moxley.
That was a leap over the barricade, almost a Lupus press, right into the arms of Moxley, down to the concrete floor they go.
And we've seen how dangerous Darby can be when larger competitors underestimate him. He pushed Cody to that time limit draw. He very nearly defeated Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
They can't be counted out here, ladies and gentlemen, because the match hasn't started.
No, it has not.
So the referee's kind of helpless in what he can or cannot do until he gets both men back in the ring. Or he decides they're not going to listen and disqualify them both here and now.
Yeah, Bryce Remsburg has his hands full.
Well, of course, the first blow was by Darby Allin, shooting right through the ropes head first.
Darby Allin, number 5 ranked contender in the AEW World Title rankings.
Oh, belly to belly suplex.
And the number 4 contender just executed that suplex. That'd be John Moxley. So number 4 against number 5 here tonight. Somebody's going to have the chance to really move up here.
And John Moxley, despite that victory over Kenny Omega at Full Gear, that was an unsanctioned match. That victory doesn't count. But think of what a moral victory. How much wind that put at the back of John Moxley. And now
the match finally gets started. There's the official bell. Look at the shape that Darby Allin's in. I'll say this: the referee's very confident, but when you see a talent, a wrestler hurting and their arms are shaking, you need to get in their face and check on them immediately.
That's right. Could be nerve damage. Could be a lot of things.
Darby goes over the top of Moxley. Shotgun drop kick.
So much quicker than Moxley is our man Darby Allin. But
that's what he has to use, JR.
Darby.
Quickness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heading to the top. Oh, went for the crossbody, but Moxley just shrugged him off.
Oh, he just bounced right off of him. Bounced right off of him.
You're bigger, you're stronger, you can do that. And that's what the advantage that Moxley has. And Mox is a smart guy. He's dangerously smart.
Oh my!
And look at that running power drop kick.
Just emphatic drop kick. That would have knocked Darby into the 4th row were it not for the turnbuckles.
John Moxley has felt underutilized, underappreciated for the last several years of his career. Here in AEW, he can be himself, whatever that may be, whatever it may manifest itself to become. That's what John Moxley can do right here. And man, what a deal.
Moxley with a huge toss to Big Bradley Beal.
AEW Dynamite will be right back.
'Tis the season of the inner circle. 'Tis the season of Le Champion. 'Tis the season of a little bit of the bubbly. That's right. Do you have what it takes to party with Chris Jericho? We want to see you popping and rocking your little bit of the bubbly at your holiday parties this season. So just post the videos on Twitter and Instagram. Include the hashtag little bit of the bubbly, and you too could be in our next commercial for a little bit of the bubbly. Oh yeah! 'Tis the season to say cheers and thank you to Le Champion. Celebrations on tonight.
It's John Moxley, it's Darby Allin one-on-one in our main event. Moxley has been bothered, troublesome for the quick elusiveness of Darby Allin. Now look at this. Now what do you do? Big size advantage, strength. Where do you go, Darby? How do you survive this?
And Darby digging in those elbows, crawling, carrying the weight of himself and Jon Moxley. All 230 pounds of Moxley.
Moxley, you see the look on his face, not happy that he allowed that break to occur, where Darby got to the out of bounds point, that bottom rope.
Oh! Darby just continues to fight back.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Darby rolls through, sent up and over the top to the apron.
Look at the quickness.
Darby comes in, Moxley's going after him, and Darby with the
cross
body.
And Moxley's lower back got rinsed in the ropes.
Yeah, but I think Darby took the worst of that, JR, and Excalibur when he slid off and fell face first to the floor.
But look at Moxley favoring that lower back. Darby up on his feet, but Moxley once again continues the assault on Darby. Oh, he went for that backdrop. Oh!
Right, stomp the hand.
And now, just Darby with those vicious crossfaces across the bridge of the nose, and Jon Moxley sends him into the steps.
Oh, that's a hell of a fight.
The steps were waiting, ready to accept. Good grief.
Action like this you're going to be able to see next week in Chicago.
Thanksgiving Eve, Tony.
Thanksgiving Eve, Sears Center. That's right, world title, Jericho and Scorpio Sky. In action just like this, which is absolutely wild.
Oh! And then in 2 weeks, we'll be in Champaign, Illinois at the State Farm Center on the University of Illinois campus.
Home of the Fighting Illini, ladies and gentlemen.
AEWTix.com.
My friend Dick Buckus made famous. Number 51.
Darby keeping Moxley on the outside as this crowd split right down the middle, 50-50 at a fevered pitch.
Now back on top. This is more the likings of Darby Allin, but not like this.
He's going to throw him on the outside?
But Darby manipulating the fingers of Jon Moxley. Now stepping on them as they're stuck in that turnbuckle link.
With those oh my God, Allin. Backwards, bounced off the top rope. He was folded up like an accordion.
Falling on his neck at such a grotesque angle. And Bryce Remsburg trying to relocate the finger of Jon Moxley.
Yeah, could have broken the hand right there very easily. And maybe did. Who knows? It could have been a broken hand. He could shake it off.
Yeah, the only lucky break there for Moxley is he's right-handed.
And now Moxley with the vertical suplex, but Darby getting down to 1 foot. He continues to focus on that hand.
Why not?
And turning him inside out, the release on that suplex.
There's a Darby Allin fan.
And this is actually a great game plan by Darby Allin, because you think when Jon Moxley goes for that paradigm shift, that elevated DDT, he links those hands together, links those fingers together. And Darby mitigating his ability.
Running knee. Man, old Darby's getting beat up like a government mule here.
This is awesome, is right. We agree with our great fans.
Oh, what a slap. How can you not respect the amazing courage and resilience of Darby Allin?
Now Mox picking up that body bag. But Darby, Tope Suicida!
There you go, Tony.
Yeah!
He did it. My God, Tope Suicida.
We got to have one to show, man. I love it.
Now Darby returning Jon Moxley to the ring underneath the bottom rope.
Here comes the body bag. And one size fits all. It's even monogrammed. Inside out, upside down. That is a difference-making clothesline. Lariat.
Check his head. It's in the front row.
That makes Stan Henson proud.
Oh, my God. Well, he brought the bag there, and I guess he's going to go out in it.
Jon Moxley getting Darby Allin caught in that, and he's not moved since that lariat.
Darby's in big trouble. Obviously, you can see that, but he hasn't been able to even defend himself here.
And you can see he's moving, which is a good sign. The referee obviously can't check his eyes.
No.
But he is moving within that bag.
Well,
nowhere to go.
And referee Bryce Remsburg saying he'll disqualify Moxley.
Well, good. Take the bag off the man.
Well, you know, listen. Darby Allin brought the body bag to the ring.
You're right.
So this is his fault. I hate to say it that way, but it is.
Well, the fans like the bag experience, I guess, but you got to get the man out where he can compete or stop the match.
Moxley bringing Darby up to his feet by that necklace. But Darby was biting on those fingers.
Darby he just will not stay down.
Never say die. Darby Allin goes underneath, comes over the top, into the stunner. Moxley staggered. Darby hits the ropes.
Darby.
Oh!
Countered. You thought it was going to work. Darby thought he had the exact thing he needed to do, but it was countered by Jon Moxley.
These two guys are just tearing it up, guys.
And Moxley with the paradigm shift, but he didn't have the hands linked, and Darby able to escape up and over the top.
Oh, ring post.
He can win it. He can win it. One,
the roll up.
2.
Shoulders are down.
Oh!
My God, Moxley's feet were over his head, touching the canvas.
Oh!
And he was able to kick out. Somehow, some way. That's just guts.
Over the top of the Yoshitonic. 1, 2. Oh, Moxley.
Darby Allin's face told a great story there. Everything he had, trying to hold that waist lock and get that 3 count. Just needs 3.
Now we're seeing a lot that Jon Moxley can do. We're seeing a lot of his verve, a lot of his determination.
And we saw the resilience of Moxley in that unsanctioned match, but Darby Allin up to the top. Coffin. Right into the sleeper.
And his shoulders are up. Look at that.
The rear naked sleeper. 1, 2.
Shoulders down. Oh, Moxley, a second away from losing to Darby Allin on a great counter. And what a vicious back elbow. Here Darby fights back and fights back. We said this all night long. Darby Allin continues to fight back, by God. He's not going to quit.
Oh, look at this, manipulating the finger, and Moxley biting the face.
Moxley a carnivore, apparently.
He's got the underhook. Paradigm.
Oh, God almighty.
He broke his neck.
Avalanche paradigm shift.
Good Lord, Penny, will you? Clint. Good God almighty, what a man of man.
What a match.
The winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
What an ass-kicking match that was, guys.
Man, oh man. Look at this. Moxley around the second rope. Moxley knew it was going to take more than a normal paradigm shift to win this match.
Darby Allin, there is not an ounce of quit in his body, as Jon Moxley discovered the only way to pin him to the canvas is to put his lights out.
Great effort by both men. I say boomer sooner to both because they had great outings. They never quit. They kept fighting and competing and fighting, but finally it was Jon Moxley who took care of business.